Right then, hello and welcome to another one-off. Today we're having a look at Pro Racer. This was originally released in Japan in 1999 under the name of Simple 1500 Series Volume 13, The Race. Then it was released in North America in 2000 just under the simple name of Racer. And then our good old friends at Midas Interactive decided to release it in 2003 in Europe under the name of Pro Racer. And this game is as bare-boned as you can possibly get to a racer. There's hardly any content at all. You have a tutorial, but it's just literally telling you what the controls are, how to drive, what the tracks are, about drifting, about grip, this, that and the other. If you want to read all of this, then just pause the video and there you go. So yeah, you only have one car to start with as well. You do unlock other ones as you progress. So you start with a good old novice. As you can see, it's just a little hatchback looking thing. And you only have two tracks to start with as well. You have the short course or you have the long course. So we're going to start with the short course, of course. Of course. You do unlock other cars as well. You have the Pro and then you have Extreme. And away we go. And look at the speed. This thing only has a top speed of 100 kilometers an hour though, so... And that is pretty much it. You don't have to brake for any of the corners. And you can just carry on your merry way. Now, this game is not at all difficult. I mean, even though you have the Pro and Extreme difficulties of cars, they're not difficult at all. Yeah, this... You only have, like I said, a total of 3 cars and 3 tracks. You unlock the third one later on. Once you unlock the Extreme category, you then get a mirrored version of the long course. And that is pretty much it. You can complete this game in about an hour. You know, there's a lot of doing the same races over and over again just to get everything. I'm not going to do that for this one though. You're just going to have to take my word for it. But once you unlock the Extreme category and go through the races again for a third time, you then unlock a rally mode, which is not a rally situation at all. There's no dirt stages or anything like that. Basically what they've done for rally mode is put all 3 tracks back to back and with a timer, and that is it. The timer is completely broken. It's... Actually, if I get to that point, I will show off the timer just to show you how broken it is. Yeah, that's it. There's not really much more to say about the game. It is just literally a broken short mess, as is most of the games that came from Midas Interactive when they decided to take all these older games and port them over and release them in the early 2000s. The collision detection in this game as well is a little bit suspect. The driving characteristics as well, there's actually more grip. If you let off the throttle, just let the car coast and use the grass, you actually have more control and more grip. It is really bizarre, but you'll see that anyway once you get into the faster cars. But there you go, that was the first race complete. That was incredibly difficult. Good thing is though, they do give you a replay and it actually does show up in 60 FPS. The rest of the game runs it, I think, between 30 and 50 FPS, something like that. But the replay in some areas is actually at 60, so that is pretty snazzy until you get a lot of lag when there's nothing on the screen. So there we go, total time 1 minute 50. And we just have to go on and do the second race. The music very much reminds me of RC to Go, if you know what that game is. I do have that in my collection, so I will be doing a series on that in the near future. So fear not. But yeah, the music is very similar to RC to Go. Anyway, the long course, which is actually quite broken. The last corner has... It's very, very bumpy. Well, it doesn't look bumpy, but the car simulates bumps. And when it does that, you cannot turn the car. It's very strange. Oh yes, and if you press L2 on your controller, you get the track map as well. Now, just watch how quickly I pull away from the other cars and just dominate the entire race. It is quite pathetic. Going into other cars as well does not slow you down, but it doesn't slow them down either. Now watch this, on the grass. Oh, that was a bit of a weird example, but Yeah, you've seen how sharp the car turned. You have so much more grip. Might be able to show that off here. Actually, no, these cars are actually quite... Well, there you go. Just clip the grass on the outside and around you go. But yeah, because this car is so slow, I can't really show that off as well. But the last corner, as I mentioned, is a little bit broken. So you try and turn normally, and then as soon as you get here, the car won't turn, and you get this weird bumpy section going up the hill. Very strange. Doesn't really cause any problems with the slow car, of course, but when you get into the faster machines, that corner can catch you out. And you can see the lead we've already pulled out from the other cars. Now, there is a way to race with the other machines as well. But you have to go through the entire rally mode, which I mentioned, to just unlock the different liveries for the cars. And that doesn't really give you anything different or new. I mean, because you're not going to go through the entire series again, just with a different car livery, because once you've unlocked everything, there's nothing really else to unlock. So it is rather superfluous that they give you the extra liveries when you can't really use them. And there's the weird collision detection I mentioned as well. Now, for this being a 2003 release, and when you went into the tutorial mode, they did show a DualShock controller. You don't actually have analog support for this game. You have to use a D-pad. But the music is pretty decent. You know, you can tell it is a typical Japanese arcade racer, because they do have like this soft rock type of synthetic music, you know, that you get on Ridge Racer and stuff like that. And as I mentioned, RC to Go has quite similar music. But yeah, there's not really much. Oh well, there you go. Use the inside the dirt and it pulls you around a lot easier. And there we go, that is the second race complete. And yes, the AI are nowhere to be seen. And we win by a colossal gap. And even though you got the brakes on, the car still rolls down the hill, and you can't slow it down at all. So there we go then. Total time then, 3 minutes 9 seconds, 0.13. And then get out of there, and then we unlock the Pro machine. There we go. Exactly the same livery, more or less. Is it the same number as well? Oh no, it's number 1, this is number 5. So yes, we have the Pro car now. We can do drift if you want to. That is literally the same as Ridge Racer. If you let off the throttle and apply the acceleration again, the car does slide, but you don't need it at all for any of these races. Grip is absolutely fine. You can apply the brakes, and away we go. So the AI are still pretty stupid. Don't really know what to do. You can barrel into them and it doesn't do anything at all. That is a Toyota Supra looking machine. Now with these cars you do actually have to brake around the corners, which is a shock. But still very easy. And these races are very short as well. I mean, even on the long course, when you unlock the extreme car, I think you can do a lap time in about 45 seconds or thereabouts. Handling, though, is still a bit naff. You have other camera views as well. You have an in-car view, which is very disorientating because it doesn't follow your inputs. It seems to have like a bit of lag to it, so you can't really judge the corner properly. So best to use the chase cam. Now our top speed is 160 kilometers an hour, or just over. Let's have a look at the map, and yeah, we got a massive lead. Now, I'm not slowing the car down. When it sort of does that weird step when you're going around the corner, I'll demonstrate it here. See, it tries to go into a slide for you, so it slows your car down. But, oh well, and there we go. Race 1 already complete. 1 minute 30.7. Not a bad way to start the pro campaign. You have to exit every single time though, which is a bit annoying, rather than going, oh, carry on to race number 2. So back to the pro machine, automatic grip, and then we go on to the long course, and then we unlock the extreme, which is great fun. And then we get the third of the tracks as well. Go! But yeah, these games, or the original release of this with the Simple 1500 series, they were released as numerous volumes of budget titles and this, that and the other. And for some reason Midas decided to take this game in particular to release under the Midas Interactive banner. As just a way to make a quick penny, I'm assuming. That didn't quite work. There you go, there's the weird physics. Trying to accelerate and the car just doesn't want to move. Very peculiar hitboxes and everything else. Now the last corner is going to cause problems with this car. So I'm turning and the car won't turn. There we go. I don't know why it does it on that corner. And here as well, it's yeah, a bit strange. We'll probably exploit this corner. Yeah, there you go. Use the dirt and it just pulls the car around, it doesn't slow you down. You can do it again here. Ah, didn't quite work. At a time of 48.01. Those buildings in the background look very much like the Petronas Towers in, what was it, Malaysia. Music kind of reminds me of Porsche Challenge as well. Oh, there we go. Around for another half spin. How far are we leading by? Oh, by a absolute country mile. Around the last corner and finish a lap. And we complete the pro category. Hooray! See how quick you can get through this. Probably complete the extreme in under half an hour. So there we go, 2 minutes 30.3. Now we unlock the extreme car. And of course the third track as well. And yeah, there we go, car number 9. And we have the 3 tracks now, or we don't at the moment, we have to complete both of these and then we get the third track. One good thing is that the loading times in this game are pretty much non-existent. And away we go. Oh. Yeah, for some reason, if the car still thinks you're going through a slide and you try and accelerate out of it, your car will just slide off into the undergrowth. And you cannot do anything unless you release the throttle and then apply it again, and then you'll be able to accelerate. Quite bizarre. But again, because it says extreme in the name, don't let that intimidate you. These aren't extreme in the slightest. Right, we'll just take him on the inside, that's fine. There we go, with a lap time of 25.68. And probably do this in under 1 minute 25. 3, 4, yep, there we go, 1 minute 23.96. So again, very, very quick. And you have a nice little replay as well if you want to watch the replay. It's only the last lap, as is good old arcade style. Back to extreme. It just cheeses me off. You have to keep going through this menu to go on to the next race, rather than saying, oh, continue to the next race, which would have been handy. But no, they only added that when you went through the rally mode. Go! Get off the dirt. Oh, it didn't quite work. I tried to get on the grass on the inside to exploit the corner, but didn't work. Oh, there we go. That's an issue with that corner. I do like the sound effects when you go into another car as well. It does sound like a bit like a punch sound effect. Right, try to exploit the corner. There we go. That's what I wanted to do last time. Do the same here. Not to such a good effect. I'll get a move on. God, that corner is weird. And the last lap. How far ahead are we? Oh, miles. Oh, that didn't quite work as well that time. But you can see the weird hitboxes as well of the cars. And there we go. So we completed the extreme mode as well. try and get up that bloody hill. And yeah, 44-second lap time as well, so completely in 2:21.13. There we go. Nice look at the machine. Not too bad. So now, what we have to do is go through the reverse course with with the Pro and Extreme machines and Novice, and then we get the rally mode. So I will show off the Extreme version of the reverse course, but I'll go through the course again with the Pro and Novice machines, and then show you rally mode just to show off the broken timer, which is hilarious and embarrassing. Oh, there we go. God, I love the weird physics. And that last corner, again, which is just weird. But then it does it up that little section as well, which is a bit bizarre. Oh, come on. Yeah, miles ahead. Not a problem. God, that is so weird. Even turning the car, it doesn't have any input at all. You can turn left to try and straighten the car up to get up the hill, but it just doesn't respond, only on that section. Oh, come on. And that happens as well at random, where the car will just suddenly spin around a normal corner. Oh, that was my mistake. Oh no. We could lose the race. What a disaster that would be. And there we go. We are complete. So yeah, I will go through that track again with the Novice and Pro cars. And then I'll just show you, as a little extra at the end, just what the rally mode looks like with the very, very odd timer that they give you. And everything else. So I will see you in just a moment. And I'll show off the rally mode once we're done with the mirrored circuit. So see you in a bit. And here we are then. So once you've gone through the main 3 tracks with the Novice, Pro and Extreme cars, you then get rally mode. Now I'm just going to show this off on Extreme to start with. I'm not going to go through it all completely, because the only thing you do unlock once you've gone through it with the Novice, Pro and Extreme are the different liveries of the cars that you race against, and that is, you know, pretty boring really. So yes, rather than going through one track at a time, it is a quick fire, go through all 3 tracks, and that is pretty much it. But as I mentioned, the timer that you're given is incredibly lenient, but also incredibly broken once it goes past 99 seconds. So yeah, this is going to be good fun. It just goes completely broken. It is something that I don't believe they ever tested. Okay, so far so good. I did notice as well that the actual total time it says on the top right is also broken. It doesn't actually add up to the time that you put into the laps themselves. Because on the novice difficulty car doing the mirrored track to unlock the rally mode, I think I got a total lap times of 3 minutes and 1 second. And it said it was 3 minutes and 6 seconds, so it was out by over 5 seconds, which is a bit bizarre. But there you go. I don't think it'll show up on this one. Ah yeah, there we go. So we now have 104 seconds. Yeah, there you go. So yeah, the timer is very broken. It does get more broke when we're on the longer tracks, but it's, yeah, it's just... Midas Interactive, they are, you know, very, very good at porting these older games. These older budget games. But there you go. And a fast lap time that time of 25.16. Out of 122. So we're going to the second stage. So see, it actually does follow on from stage 1 to stage 2. I don't know why they call these stages out and why it's called rally mode, because there's no dirt or anything like that. But oh well. There must have been method to their madness or something. That something I just can't figure out. Right. Get out the way, please. But you can see that the leniency that they do have on the countdown timer, as if you're gonna run out of time, which you never do, at all. But yeah, I'm not going to go through the final track, the mirrored course that we've just literally done. I'm just doing this to show off the broken timer. For a bit of the comic effect, really, so... I'm really not getting those corners right this time. Am I quick enough to get to the broken timer again? Yeah, there we go. Not as good as I usually get. But it does get a lot more broken than that once you get into like the, you know, 110 second range. All the numbers just get completely jumbled and messed up. But again, I'm not going to go through all of that because there's nothing more. There's literally nothing more in this game to unlock. We've unlocked everything except for the different liveries that you get while racing the CPU cars. And again, the way you unlock them, or the point of the game that you unlock them, is rather pointless, because once you completed everything, there's nothing left to do. So, but yeah, there we go then. That is Pro Racer or Simple 1500 Series Volume 13, The Race. So we'll be back next time for another one-off of some description. It'll probably be another Midas game. But for now, I will leave it here, so thank you very much for watching. Take care, stay safe, and I'll see you all next time. Bye for now.